Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in on today's Saturday shave. And Merry Christmas and Happy Yule to everyone who's watching. And yes, the old Rudolph sweater is come out. And there's a little bell here where the nose is supposed to be, so if I'm kind of ringing, that's actually why. So I hope that won't irritate you too much. So today is also a very special shave. I hope you watched the latest aggressive racer review or battle or showdown or what we might call it, because today it is going to be concluded. We're going to be battling up, teaming up, comparing, or whatever you might want to call it, the R41, which is said to be one of the most aggressive three-piece racers, against Yaqi the Beast, which is an open comb and a closed comb one. Very aggressive as well. Be mindful, this is not how, if you buy the Beast on the AliExpress site, this is not how it comes. This is sort of one that I've pieced together myself. It consists of a Yaqi head from the melon, or melon racer, the base plate of a mühle R89, and a Yaqi diamond very heavy weighted handle with some very nice knurling onto it. If we'll focus on it. Doesn't want to focus. Okay. So. But very aggressive nonetheless. We'll be using fine American blend. A very nice sort of warmish scent to keep us warm in these cold months, because here frost has come in. I have scraped something off. You can see the puck. It's a hard puck version, not the new formula. And the man, I don't know if I can get that to be in the shadow. Yeah, you could sense him. And I've scraped out something here. As you can see, it looks like. Just using a spoon, really, metal spoon. Scraped it out. And I very carefully got the fine ball, and it's been blooming while I've been in the shower. And I'll be using that as a pre-shave, just to hydrate my skin. But the actual pre-shave I'll be using, which I believe goes nicely sort of intertwined with the American blend scent, it's going to be this, the nuage men, with menthol, it says here. And as a brush, I'll be using also a blue one, a Yaqi Atlantis. Very nice brush. This is one of the defects that I bought. Not defective at all. Works great and has a good backbone to it. We'll be putting this in the muck, the Vikings muck here, to soak with cold water. And I'll be just putting on some of the pre-shave water here to wash myself in. And I just got out of the shower as well, which is just to rehydrate my. I'll be there nicely and soften up my face, even though we're doing it. Oh, and this I'll keep it growing until after Christmas. Well, I'm gonna be having a shave when I shave everything off. This is how it looks in the bowl. So let's look at the lala we're gonna be creating, and I'm also using a fine bowl here. Stay tuned. So we got our soap here, nicely bloomed. This soap really doesn't need to. This is the brush. I like to hold this like this. Gives me better control, you see. And as I said, this soap does not need really any blooming at all. When I did the initial review, I do not believe I actually soaked it at all. Yeah. But the blooming does help, obviously. It makes it go a bit faster, but this soap doesn't really need any blooming at all. There we go. So we're back and we're lathered up, as you hopefully see. This, we're going to start off with using the R41. I do have an idea on what razor is the most aggressive one, but we'll see, perhaps. I had an idea, actually, of the latest battle, that the Franken-tip, or the Fatigue razor, would be the most aggressive because it could get closer to the skin. But this one, because it was a bit more smoother, they shave completely equally. So if I was a bit clear on who I believe won, it was this one. I'll use the mühle on this side, and then the beast on this. A Gillette silver blue blade has been used twice. That's it. This here in the middle is going to be a mix between both races, so I won't be looking at that. Okay, initial thoughts. Oh, this is close. Very even. Slightly less hair on this side, actually. And the beast does have way more blade feel, so that doesn't really surprise me. But we'll see how smooth it carries on. Across. Let's see how this goes. So today we got home. I've been shaving a bit later than I usually do. We took a family trip and we got ourselves a Christmas tree, or Yule tree. I'm not being talkative because I need to concentrate with this one. But it's not unsmooth. There's definitely a lot more blade feel, but it doesn't feel unsafe, if that makes any sense. Beasts, go on to the R41 ready. Let's go. Across still. think the man selling those Christmas trees or Yule trees thought we were a bit of a wacky family, because I spent the time freaking about snow with my kids and waiting for my wife to pick out the Christmas tree, see? Or Yule tree. Okay. Don't know if that's in every family, but sadly it's in ours. She knows what she wants, and yeah. If there's some sounds in the background, that's just the kids playing. No pressure with either of these razors. I say, and then in a minute I'm gonna cut myself. I try to use no pressure at all. So let's see. Still approximately the same. A bit less over here than here. Against the growth. So the knurling on this handle isn't as protruding. It's a bit more smooth. It's sort of a diamond-ish knurling or barber pole-ish knurling. So there's more occasions where I actually feel that it is slippering a bit. It's not, but it doesn't feel as close in hand as the Yaqi one does. Get a feel here. Good. Now this has a very long handle. You can see when the R41 is here, just slightly longer. And a lot of the knurling on this feels safe, and it's also very heavy. Almost nothing left. Nice. Final feel. Okay. Perhaps I cut myself, I don't know. Yeah, I did. I just irritated the skin. Perhaps I did cut myself. I'll do a face wash and I'll see you at the post shave. So, welcome back. That was a nice face wash. Oh, and do you see the Yule tree here in the background, the little decoration? Whenever I remember it, I will have it here in the shave den. for you to look at. So yeah, put on some thayers with eucalyptus scented. Initially it was rose petal, but I've put on some menthol and some eucalyptus oil, and it does smell nice, fresh of eucalyptus. Any feedback? Any stinging? Not really. That's nice. Nice and fresh. Oh, we do have a mail call coming up again. Sorry, it's not a vintage mail call, but a new shaving software. We put on the aftershave. We'll put on this, and we'll go over what we used and the initial thoughts of the shave. So this is something new that my skin can take. Initially, my skin isn't actually that keen on putting on balms. It usually gets irritated. It got a bit irritated when I used the Cremo, but that was for 10-15 minutes. It never even got red. I just felt a slight tingling sensation, irritation, and then it just disappeared and my skin felt amazing afterwards. So, but using this, I haven't had any issues at all. So, at the beginning, I'll put the cap on, nuage with menthol, sort of an Earl Grey lavender-ish scent, which went nicely intertwined with today's soap, which is the fine American blend, which to me I get some lavender, some woody scent, and mostly anisey as well. So lavender and anisey, that's what I'm getting. Mostly lavender. I whipped it up in a fine bowl. There's no soap left at all. So it was just enough for 3 passes and barely a face wash, using the Yaqi synthetic with a good backbone Atlantis, go in there, soaked it in this mug here. We used the witch hazel, and now with a showdown result before putting on the aftershave. Boom, 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 boom. The Mühle R41, it is aggressive. That is certainly the case. It is true. It is a smooth shave. There is some blade feel, but not extremely much to me. My sort of standards, it feels slightly above mid. It feels mid aggression, but somehow also it feels more efficient. It feels like if I did something wrong, it's gonna cut me, and that's also true. So you gotta be careful with this one. It is very aggressive. Oh, by the way, got BBS, both sides, both races, works great. This has a little more bite to it. It's not as smooth as the R41, but there's a lot more blade feel, and I personally like that. The handle that I went for here is very long, and I also like that. It's very heavy, very nice protruding handle knurling here, and you can see that the blade is very much out there. There's overhang on this one, and there's not overhang on the Mühle R41 to be aware of. Which one would I choose as the best and most aggressive razor? Boom, 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 boom. This one. The Yaqi, to me, was more efficient, and personally, I like the blade feel, mainly because I like to get a sense of what's going on, and I do that when I actually feel the blade. But I also like the Mercure Fuchsia, or Futur, and this is along that sign of aggressiveness in terms of blade feel. Perhaps a setting 2, or even setting 3, 4 even. So very much aggressive. So there you have it, and that's my beast. And I talked about that at the beginning. So there you have it. The most aggressive razor in my shaving then is the Yaqi Beast. but it shaves great and it's not dangerous. Of course, everybody says it's a bit dangerous if you're not careful. If you treat it right, if you're mindful of how to use it, this will give you amazing shaves, and it does, and it has given me amazing shaves every single use. So there you have it, the Beast. The Beast wins. We're going to be putting on some matching aftershave. Splash. Comes in this glass bottle. Feels like a thick glass. There is a little less lavender in this one and more aniseed. And it will burn. Okay. A bit more. Just a bit more. Just because it's good. It smells nice. That's it. So, that's how we look. Seemed red down here but in the camera, but I'm not getting very much in the mirror. I'm not feeling any irritation. So, great shave. And Rudolph says hi as well. And so does the Yule tree. And I'll see you everyone, hopefully safe and well, on Tuesday for the Tuesday shave. And we're nearing, for me, Christmas vacation, so that's very much looking forward to that. Stay safe everyone. Goodbye.